Hi guys, welcome back to Phil's Camping and Touring. Now I know there's a few youths out there that are really looking forward to...
Nearly fell out the door.
Now you might have noticed of late, whether I've probably mentioned it more on social media, that I had someone coming down here for a weekend so I can install a 12 volt system. I know quite a few of you are looking forward to this video because it's to do with the Renergy system. You've seen my 12 volt system in the car, got the multi plus, okay, we can run the induction cooker, etc. So that's got quite a few people intrigued how that works, including your mate Steve here. So he's come up with an idea to do it on a budget, whereas mine using Victron gear. So yeah, it costs a few dollars. But what if you're on a budget and you want something similar to that, guys? Well, there's a Chinese company called Renergy. I want to show you what we've accomplished. Steve's got a Renergy 200 amp hour lithium battery. He's got a Renergy 2000 watt inverter charger, very similar to my multi plus, guys. So it's got a AC input, AC output, and it's also got an AC charger that will charge the battery up to 65 amps per hour. Inverter, all built into the one unit. Not as compact as my multi plus, very similar performance wise. The Renergy does weigh a lot heavier than the multi plus, so it's quite amazing how the Victron multi plus, they managed to build an inverter charger similar in some ways to the capacity of this one here for half the weight of the Renergy. Do be aware, if you're limited on weight with the Renergy, that it does weigh over 22 kilos, whereas mine weighs not much over 10 kilos. If you've got issues with weight, I would still stick to the multi plus, but you're going to be paying for it though. This one's a lot cheaper. Steve's got something in there that I've got in my vehicle as well that I'm going to show you, and it's out the back. Andrew St. Pierre White, if you're not aware, you could basically say he's the David Attenborough of forward driving. So he's got his own YouTube channel, which is 4x Overland. So if you haven't checked him out, and I'm sure you would have, check him out. One of the most popular forward driving YouTube channel, as far as I'm concerned, in the world. Him and Heinz designed a very fancy DC distributor that's got a lot of unique features. Now, I won't go too in depth in here because I've spoken about it in the past, but Steve here has filmed a series of videos on this Renergy, and there's a lot more details in his upcoming series on this build, including some videos of us actually building, doing some of the electronics, connecting the cables, and I go more in depth in Steve's video on this system. And how it's designed, some of the tools we used, etc., and some of the way Steve has designed it, his ideas, why he wanted such a system like this. Keep an eye out for Steve's FJ Camping and Touring YouTube channel, because there's going to be a lot of tests, I'm sure.
Yep.
That Steve's going to assist a lot of you, because I know a lot of my watchers out there are waiting for this video. So if you want more in-depth on these products, on the Renergy, because basically Steve's got pretty well just about full Renergy gear, except for one component to do with Andrew St. Pierre and White. A lot of you already know what it is, and it's called the Egon DC Hub, their DC distributor. So Steve's got one in his vehicle. You know how much I love them. Simplifies the wiring, etc. I won't go too much in detail because we filmed quite an extensive video going right into the details, exactly what the benefit, even more so than what I have ever filmed before. And that's going to be on Steve's YouTube channel coming up very soon. So keep an eye out for that. The Egon DC Hub. I want you to have a look how we've wired it here. There is a Renergy 50 amp DCDC charger connected to Steve's 160 watt permanent solar panel on his roof rack. So if you want more details on this, stay tuned for Steve's video series. I just wanted to show you what we've been up to for the past 3 days. And Steve, thanks for coming.
Thanks Phil for all your work too.
So I'll let Steve close this video. Whatever you want to say about your experience, because I know Steve was surprised just how much work goes into setting up one of these and wiring up a full 12 volt system. I must admit, we are exhausted.
We are.
Because Steve's got to go back home to work, so he's only got a few days spare. So I said yes, we can do it, and we did it. I knew it was going to be tough, but we got in there. We pre-planned a lot of it, most of all the components that we needed. So basically got here, we just got in the shed and just worked away for 2 days straight. I personally want to thank a couple of helpers. Terry came down and helped us briefly, and in particular Keith. Keith, you're watching this, thank you so much. Keith came down and helped us yesterday. It was a tremendous help, because honestly I think we probably would have still been working on this at dark.
Yeah, we would have. He had a few parts we needed, and he done a bit of the shrink wrap, heat shrink stuff for us.
So at one stage we had all three of us working on different components of this build to make sure we had it finished within a reasonable hour before it got too dark yesterday. So thank you Keith for that. I'm going to leave it to Steve to close this video now. Steve's FJ Camping and Touring. I have mentioned him before, so make sure you go check out right here, FJ Camping and Touring. Hence, he drives a Toyota FJ Cruiser.
Yeah, it's not all about FJs or anything like that. It's really a YouTube channel about everything to do with camping.
So Steve runs a very similar channel to what I do. So he's got a lot of stuff there that I haven't reviewed, and Steve has. So he's got quite a lot of unique features, etc. to do products to do with camping. I'm going to close it off for Steve now. You can say whatever you want, go for however long you want, and till next time, stay tuned. And I hope you liked that video on Terry's famous cobbler.
It was great.
Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. All to you.
First of all, I just want to thank Phil. He's been absolutely fantastic. I got camping with Phil a few times. If you go back through some of my videos or some of Phil's videos, you'll see us out camping together, and we really enjoy the camping lifestyle. And I've followed Phil's path on his four-wheel drive, the Pajero, and it's been absolutely fantastic. He's got a great setup in there. I'm really astounded on how great it is. I would have loved to have gone with all the Victron gear and all that, but like Phil said at the start, budget really come into it for me. And I wanted good stuff, but I wanted something that was a little bit affordable for my budget. And that's why I went with the Renergy. I actually sent Phil a lot of the things that I was going to put in the car, like the battery and that. And Phil went through it and had a look for me. He showed me a few videos that I watched and had a look at. There's a couple of guys in America that do stuff with batteries, and there wasn't really a lot of bad press about their gear. So I think the company themselves are based out of America. Their products are probably made in China like everyone else's, but you can get good stuff, bad stuff. You don't sort of dwell on that. But really happy with how it's turned out. I'm going to have a lot of videos about this. I'm just showing you how the products are going. Once I get the 240 up, I'll do a thing on the inverter charger, do some tests. I may even buy myself a little coffee percolator or something like that and have that running as well, because I'll tell you what, Phil made me a coffee there this morning. I can't think of the name of it.
It's a latte macchiato. By the way, today's choice of drink, thank you Andrew St. Pierre White for standing. Sorry Steve, I'm going to cover your face up because my camera will focus only on things if there's no face. Thank you, Andrew, for the stubby holder. Choice of drinks today. Check this out. Good old Bundy rum and cola from the factory itself. Cue back to Steve.
Yeah, so like I said, Phil, I really want to thank you, mate, for inspiring me to sort of put this system in and help me out with it. It's absolutely fantastic. Do yourself a favour, check out that Egon DC Hub if you're doing a 12 volt install yourself. I think it's a great product. It really does simplify it. And I would probably have a lot more confidence now if I wanted to wire something up like this. It's just getting the know-how how to start off. And basically with this system, if you can know what a red wire is and a black wire, you could probably do it yourself. So I hope we've helped you out. If you've got any questions, queries or comments, leave them for Phil in the comments. I'll have a look at it too, and if I can answer anything, I'll let you know. I'll let you all know how the system's going, how the battery's going, because I think people will be interested in this 200 amp hour lithium battery. It is quite sizable, so when I look at Phil's battery he's got in there from Powerpool, I would have loved that one. Who knows, in the future I may win Lotto or something like that and I'll be able to get one. But for the moment, the Renergy's going to have to do me. I think it's going to be great. So, thanks very much, guys. Thanks for letting me close off, Phil. Make sure you like and subscribe to his channel as well.
And like and subscribe to Steve's channel as well.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. Good on you. Thanks for coming. It's great to catch up, eh?
Yeah, it
awesome.
is.
So I did offer Steve rum and coke, but he's got a 2.5, 3 hour drive to do. So probably not wise to have a drink.
No.
So, but he had one yesterday.
I did. I had one last night. I was absolutely buggered yesterday. I nearly fell asleep when we were sitting in the chair over there.
It's tiring work, guys, particularly when you're fitting in a 12 volt system into within 2 days.
And it's quite hot and humid here. Like if you look at Phil's shirt here, he's covered in sweat because it is very, and I can feel my shirt, it's very muggy. See yous, guys.
See yous.